Brown Dog Craft Company. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024, and I am coming to you live from Hudson, Wisconsin. We are here tonight for the Jungle Pals bundle card class. So the Jungle Pals bundle was a bundle from Celebration, so back in January and February, and it was only available as a gift, free with purchase. So it's no longer available, but I have two to give away tonight. I had a giveaway that you could enter for about the past week and a half or so. So that giveaway has concluded, and I have two bundles to give away. The Jungle Pals stamps and dies, brand new, unopened. So as you're joining, say hello in the chat and where you're joining from. Hi Patty, hi Vicky, hi Marcia, hi Angelique. You guys are here bright and early. So today, the first Tuesday of the month is generally always the bundle class. So I'm live here on YouTube. I teach classes every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central, and starting in May or June, we have some other classes that we're teaching also. So not just at 8 p.m. Central on Tuesdays. So I'm really excited. We're adding a coffee and cards class, and that's going to be generally either Mondays or Fridays at 10:30 a.m. Central. So I have everything published on my website for the class calendar through August, July for sure, and then some stuff for August is set. But you can find that at browndogcraftcompany.com. You can sign up to be notified of all my classes that are coming up, and you can download a copy of the class schedule from there. So, in the bundle class, the card kits are available for purchase. They are $25, and you get everything you need to make 4 cards. All the cardstock and the ribbon and the embellishments. You just need to add your own stamps and dies and use your own ink and whatnot. So I do have 2 card kits left for Jungle Pals tonight. So if you're interested in them, I can ship those out to you. Just shoot me an email. It's hello@browndogcraftcompany.com. So 2 kits left for tonight. Okay. So it's going to be really cute and a lot of fun. And I'll show you some other sets that we can use in case you don't have the Jungle Pals stamp and dies, okay? So let's get right into it. I'm trying to think, from snowy Iowa, Deb. It was snowing here too this morning. I drove the kids to school in a bit of a snowstorm, and it snowed like all day, but nothing stuck to the roads. I think it's just like it has to get back at us, right? Like it didn't snow all year, and now it has to snow in April. So that's just how life goes, right? So Milo's here. He's napping, surprisingly, already. He's sleepy boy today. So, okay, I'll flip the camera. I'll show you the 4 cards we're going to make. We'll talk about who the winners are for the Jungle Pals giveaway. I'll show you the stamp sets we're making, and we'll go over what is needed for class. So, hi, Christina. Welcome. All right, so let's get me up in the corner here. There we go. Oh, Christina says it snowed plenty down here. It snowed enough, right? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, it snowed, I think, less up here in Hudson than it did for you guys. Good, bad, or otherwise, right? Okay, so here's what we're here for today, the Jungle Pals bundle card class. We're going to make 4 cards, and any other bundles that you can use would be any critter set. Fluffiest Friends, Wildcats, which is an old one from maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Little Monkey, Be My Valentine, Oh Snap, which was a really cute little alligator or crocodile from a couple years ago, or Hip as Hippos, which I think was an online exclusive last year. Sharon says, no snow in Ohio, just a lot of rain. Yeah, it was raining on my way home tonight, so I'm hoping it stays to rain. I don't mind rain. It's spring though. No more snow, please. Thanks, Marcia. Okay. Ooh, Vicky says it's 40s and raining here in Delaware. Probably different than what you're used to, I bet. Okay, so let's look at the cards we're going to make tonight. This is one. It's a bit of a fun fold. Not too much, but a bit. Okay. This one is what I would call a scene card. So that's, we'll do an inside, of course. This one is called a grid card, and it uses some of the Old Olive Glimmer paper. Okay, and then this is the fourth card, and it's a fun fold, and I believe it's called a triple diamond step card, or something along those lines. I'm really bad with names of fun folds. I know how to make them, I just don't know what they're all called. So, okay, so we'll go into what's needed. Let's do, oh, Christina, oh, here, let me get my comments up on my screen. Christina says, I contemplated moving to Hudson earlier today when I saw your roads were clear earlier. Yeah, the roads were clear. It's only a short 4-hour drive, Christina. You can do it. Oh, close to 80 in Arizona today, says Vicky. Yep, a lot different than Delaware. So, okay, so the giveaway. So the giveaway for the Jungle Pals bundle is for the stamps and the dies, and I have 2 sets. So the giveaway was done completely random based on people who entered. Everyone was entered, given a number, you know, based on their number of entry. And I used a random number generator to choose the winner. So I will reach out to you and let you know that you are the winner if you are. Otherwise, if you're watching, that's wonderful too. Great. And I will mail it out to you. So just give me, you know, a few days to get it in the mail, and it will be on its way to you. So, and I think we'll do some more giveaways too. I have quite a few, they're not all stamp sets, but I have quite a few things that I don't need or are duplicates of what I have. So I think we'll do some more giveaways because they're fun, right? Okay, so the first winner of the Jungle Pals stamps and dies is Nancy Ryan. And Nancy, I don't see you in the comments. Maybe you're watching silently, but I will reach out to you based on the information you provided in your entry form. Okay, so you're the first winner. And the second winner is Janelle Ellison. Okay, so if you're watching, yay, congratulations to both of you, or if you're watching the replay. Okay, so I will get these out in the mail in the next few days, okay? Let me set those aside for now. All right, let's go over what we need for class. So whenever you take class with me, you get a PDF tutorial that lists the instructions written out in written form and all the supplies that we use during class. And the only caveat to that is sometimes I don't remember exactly which colors I used. So it's sometimes a gamble when we're making the cards live. So we usually figure out if I'm using the wrong color from what I used on the original, but it still works and looks great anyway. So, all right, I think this is what we need. Pool Party, Tahitian Tide, Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, and Early Espresso. And then we are also going to need Memento and Versamark. Okay, and the stamp sets, so this Jungle Pals stamp set does not have any sentiments, so we have to pull in some other sentiments. So these are my dies. It comes with some really cute dies. Okay, and we're actually pulling in the clouds from Playing in the Rain. And I pull in Just Swinging By to Say Hi from Little Monkey, which is retiring. I'm really sad it's retiring. This is carrying over to the new annual catalog. This is retiring, and I'm pretty sure Charming Sentiments is retiring too, which I'm really bummed out about. But those I think are all the stamp sets I used for sentiments, but you could use any stamp set for sentiments. You do not have to use these. Oh, and I think I also used Heartfelt Hellos on one of the cards, but I think I decided tonight I want to use something different. So I'll show you what that card looks like, and you can decide which stamp set you want to use. We are also going to need our blends, and we are using Pebbled Path, the Dark and Light, Balmy Blue Light, Tahitian Tide Light. You could use dark for those too. Old Olive Light and Dark, Crumb Cake Light and Dark, and bronze. And if you don't have bronze, you could use like pecan pie or copper clay or wild wheat or any brown marker. And then the tiger I colored in pumpkin pie right here. However, I have new markers in peach pie, which is a new in color for 2024 to 2026. So you probably don't have these yet. So you can certainly use pumpkin pie just like I did here. But I think I'm going to use peach pie just to see how they go. All right? Instead of pumpkin pie, it's peach pie. So I think it's cute that a lot of things have pie names. So a lot different. Okay, so in your kit, you're going to have 4 envelopes. And whenever you get a card kit, with a couple of exceptions, your kits will always come with your card pieces in your envelopes like this, okay? And with this card kit, you're going to have 2 pieces of cardstock like this. They're card front panels, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and they're just white cardstock. And we're going to use those to stamp all of our images at one time and color them in and die cut them out versus stamping them individually for each card and then die cutting them out that way. I think it'll just be a little bit quicker and a little bit more efficient if we stamp, color, and die cut everything ahead of time and sort of place it with the card that it needs to go with, because we have a lot to do in class tonight. All right, so let's start. I have my stamp positioner here, my Misty, and I put my piece of cardstock in here, and I pulled out every single stamp that's in Jungle Pals. So this is every single one of them. We're going to stamp, let's see, we need the alligator or the crocodile once. We need the alligator and the crocodile twice. We need the sloth twice. We need the toucan twice. The tiger and the lemur once. So we'll have to stamp on another panel, but let's stamp these first. So I'm going to use my Memento. You want to use, if you're coloring with alcohol markers, you want to use an alcohol marker friendly ink, which is, Memento is that. And I like to use my Misty when I'm stamping with Memento because I find that sometimes my Memento needs to be stamped twice. Whoops. Not always, especially on red rubber. You know, red rubber stamps really well. But I like to be able to stamp more than once, especially with Memento. So if you're in the comments and you're making these cards and you don't have Jungle Pals, comment and let me know what stamp set you are using. All right, that looks good. Okay, now we don't need to color, or we don't need to stamp the lemur again. And we don't need to stamp the tiger again. So the lemur and the tiger are good. Christina says, a little late but watching from the hospital room. Hope you all stay safe with storms everywhere. I hope everything's okay, Christina. Okay, we don't need the lemur or the tiger, so I'm just gonna clean them off quick and put them back. Lemur and tiger. And then all of the rest of these we need again. So get those down. And since I'm stamping with red rubber stamps, I just took out the base that was in my Misty that you only need for photopolymer stamps. Okay, I think that's it for Memento. I think. And I think we are gonna stamp the alligator on something. on the inside of a card here. So I'm going to stick him on a black. But I think we're done with the sloth and the toucan. At least I think he's a toucan, right? He's the Fruit Loops toucan, right? Isn't that who he is? What's his name? I guess I don't know what his name is. Okay, let's color. Okay, so when I color with my blends, I start with the darker marker first, and I color wherever I think there might be a shadow. I don't think there's any right or wrong way to color though. So however you want to color is good. Okay, so I will zoom in and we'll color. So I'm going to start with the tiger, and I'm going to start with Peach Pie Dark. And again, the majority of you will not have peach pie, so you could color with the pumpkin pie. Okay, and I'm going to do some dark here and some dark here, some dark here, maybe down his back some. And then I'm going to come with my light peach pie. And I'm going to avoid this little piece right here. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be white. I'm also going to try to avoid the white of his eyes and his little pink nose, or his little white nose that will color pink. Whoops, I already colored his eye. And I'm going over what I already colored dark. Oh, I think his tummy should probably be white there. I'm going over what I colored dark and pulling the marker out to blend. And you want to work kind of quickly so that you don't oversaturate your paper and color outside of the lines too much. However, if you do color outside of the lines, I have a trick to fix it. And I will show you. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more dark. I'm gonna add some dark on the side of his face. Dark just got blended out too much, I think, for me. Which happens. All right, now I'm gonna give it a rest and let that dry. I'm gonna pull out Petal Pink Light, which I did not pull out originally. And that's gonna be his cute little nose. And maybe his ears a little. Okay. All right, he's cute. Cute little tiger. All right, let's do the alligator. We'll do both of the alligators. So the alligators are going to be or crocodile. I guess he's in the jungle, so he's probably a crocodile, right? So Old Olive, dark and light. And that's going to be the base of his body. And then these little spines on his back are going to be in the bronze. But you could use any brown color that you have, or you could color them green too. So I'm going to start with Old Olive Dark. And I learned that those spines on his back, the technical term for them is scutes, something along those lines. Someone told me on a different class where I was coloring a different crocodile or alligator that they're called scutes or scutes, S-C-U-T-E-S, which I had never heard of in my life. So I'm glad whoever it was that they enlightened me. So, has anybody else heard a crocodile, whatever, spines? I think my kids call them spines because they look like dinosaur spines. And then don't worry if you're coloring outside the lines. I will show you a trick when we're all done coloring, of how I fix it if you color outside the lines, because it happens to everybody. We all color outside the lines. Okay, then bronze. I'm going to use this smaller tip to color these. You could color his little toes too. It's just like a little dab. Yep, I had never heard of it either, so I thought that was pretty funny. All right, so we'll get these in here. Do his little toes here. He's the cutest little crocodile. Yep, I felt enlightened that day. All right, there's some dark. Some dark here. Okay. And light. I'm attempting to avoid his teeth, but we can color over them with a white gel pen. So if you color his teeth, that's okay. All right. So I'll have to say, my 9-year-old was coloring over the weekend. She was down here with me, and I think I was card kidding. If some of you might have saw, I posted a photo. I think that was the hot air balloon class. I was kidding up. I put a photo on Facebook. But my 9-year-old was down here with me. Well, they were all down here with me because, let's be honest, they follow me wherever I go. They were down here and they were doing cards, and my 9-year-old wanted to be at a different table than the other two because why not? So she wanted to sit right here. So she sat here. Hold on, let's talk about the sloth. Okay, so the sloth we're gonna do in crumb cake, and then his little face is gonna be bronze. This little part of his face will be bronze. And the rest of him will be crumb cake. So she was making a card or whatever, and she likes to stamp and then color in the images. She's discovered that. And sorry, just reading the comments. Oh, Christina, I hope you're okay. Hi, Pat. Better late than never. That's what we always say. Okay, so now the sloth is upside down. He's gonna hang this way. So I'm gonna do his shadows as if he's hanging that way. So I'm gonna go down his back with dark crumb cake, and then where he meets, like that. Yeah, so my 9-year-old was sitting here at my desk and coloring, and she was like, hey, what are these markers right here? And she was talking about my blends. And I was like, oh, those are my good markers. And she was like, well, can I use them? And I said, well, sure. So the children have now taken over my Stampin' Write markers, which are the water-based markers, and they have now discovered my blends. And she really liked it. She really liked how it made her little critters. I don't even know what stamp set she was using. She just goes, and I have a whole bunch of stamp sets, like the retired ones behind me here, along the wall. And so she just goes and picks whatever stamp set she wants. And so I'm not sure what she colored, but she was like, wow, these are great. I'm like, yeah, I know. I know. They sure are. Okay. So blend that out with light. Dark crumb cake and light crumb cake, they take a little bit to blend. You have to work at it a little bit. You gotta really blend the colors together. Whoops, I colored way out of the lines. Okay, so there's our sloths. Okay, and now let's do the lemur. The lemur is Pebbled Path. Pebbled Path dark first. So he is pretty little. Let's do some here and some along his back. Oops, I colored way out of the lines again. I think he can get mostly light. Pebble Pack Dark is really dark. I'm going to try to avoid his eyes. Okay, and I'll do his tail light there. Whoops. And then we have the toucan, and we will color them both the same. Okay, little lemur and the toucan. Oh, I didn't pull out all the colors for the toucan. We also need, I don't think I pulled out any. That's funny. Okay, so toucan is Poppy Parade, Lemon Lolly, Parakeet Party, Balmy Blue, which is here, and Basic Black. Okay, so the Basic Black, you really don't need a lot of the dark. It will just a little bit. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that dark Basic Black and run it along right here. And we'll do this one too. And then light Basic Black. It's very dark. You almost can't tell. You could just use one marker. And he's really little too, so I'm probably going to color outside of the lines. And then don't forget this little wing on the other side. Okay, and same here. Little wing over here. Okay. Okay. All right, I know you can't hear it, but Milo is snoring. He sounds very cute. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can color the ears on the lemur with some pink. There we go. That's cute. Okay, let's do the inside of his mouth in petal pink. All right, his little body is Balmy Blue. So I'm gonna take Balmy Blue Dark and I'm going to run it. I'm gonna run it right here along the darkest part of the black. And I'll do the same on this little guy. And I'm trying to avoid his eye, but if we color his eye, that's okay. We will use a white gel pen. So his cute little tummy is blue. I don't know what color their tummy is supposed to be in real life. So that blue could be completely wrong. I'm glad for replays so I can watch the classes I miss. Yes, Christina, I'm glad too. Yeah, the peach pie on the tiger is fun. He's super dark, like dark orange in the pumpkin pie, but it's still really cute. Hi, Mary. Christina, Diane must not have class today. I think normally you're at Diane's class, is it? Is it Let's Just Stamp normally? Or ink, paper, scissors, maybe? Okay, this first little piece of his mouth is going to be Parakeet Party, which I'm really sad that Parakeet Party is retiring. It's one of my favorite greens, if not my favorite green. Granny Apple Green is good too, though. So we start with dark and blend out with light. Okay. Not tonight. Okay, and then yellow, so lemon lolly dark. Dark. Okay. And then light. And light. And then last is Poppy Parade. So I usually do any red on any critter last because red tends to bleed. So that's just how I do it. All right, who else is sad to see some of the in colors go? What colors did you use on the alligator? I was changing the wash and I missed it. So I used Old Olive, light and dark. You could also use Mossy Meadow. And then for these little spines on the back, which are called scoots, if you were here for that, I used bronze. But you could use any brown, even like dark crumb cake would work. Okay, I think everyone is colored. And I have a whole mess of markers that I'm, oh my goodness, just gonna shove off to the side for now. We do need a couple of them for a different card, so we'll come back to them. Now we're gonna line everything up and die cut it out, and then we're done with the coloring portion of class. So we get it all done ahead of time. I need to get my Post-it tape. Oh, I suppose I can zoom back out. You're welcome. Okay. All right, I hope I didn't miss any. If I missed a critter, we'll just have to stamp and color them, I guess. All right, there's tiger, toucan. He's so cute. And, oops, that was the last of my roll. Oh, good boy, Milo. Here's the little lemur. And the sloth. So we're gonna have this cute little sloth hang from the vines. So his little hands are gonna hold on to the vines. And then I think my favorite is the crocodile alligator dude here. He's so stinking cute. Okay. All right. Crocodile number 1. So now what you can do is take a white gel pen, and if you colored outside of the lines at all, you can just color with your white gel pen. And that will hide most of the errors if you colored outside the lines. Usually you probably just colored outside the lines a little bit, and when you die cut it, it probably looks fine. But if you still don't like it, you can just use a white gel pen. That's a little trick I do all the time when I color outside the lines. If I'm not happy, rather than color it all over again, I just use my gel pen. Okay. There we go. They're so adorable. See, my camera doesn't know what to focus on. All right, so there's my critters, all die cut out. Christina says the ink eraser doesn't work if you color outside the lines. Does it? I tried it a couple times, but it didn't seem to work. No, the ink eraser, I think Christina is talking about, let me find it. This, it's called a mono sand eraser right here. And if you get ink on your cardstock, like dye ink from a stamp pad, you can try to use this to remove the ink. And what it basically does is it removes the top layer of your cardstock. But I don't think it works very well to remove like alcohol marker, like Stampin' Blends. But you can try it. You might end up removing more of your memento, like your outline of your image, than the alcohol ink itself. So, but it's worth a try. Okay, I'm gonna set these aside. I better put them away, otherwise I'll lose them. There's some really cute dies in here. Okay. All right, let's start with the fun fold. Okay. So it has an espresso base. So find your envelope that has the espresso base. And all your pieces will be in there. You're going to get 3 little embellishments. They're the little rhinestones, which I just heard my third one go flying somewhere. I heard it. It bounced off something. All right, I don't know. They're the iridescent rhinestone gems, and I'm pretty sure they're retiring. Okay, so in here you're going to have a lot of pieces. You're going to have your base, which is scored at various... Can you see that? There you go. So this is scored, and it's 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 3, 6, 7 1/2, 9, and 10. Whoops, 3, 6, 7 1/2, 9, and 10. Okay, so that's the 4 1/4 by 11. And then I'll show you the panels that are going to go on it. So you're going to have 2 vines in Mossy Meadow and Old Olive, and you might only have a partial part of the vine because you don't need the whole thing. You're going to get, I tied this for you with my bow maker. It's a double mini bow with the baker's twine. You are going to have 2 flowers, 1 Tahitian tied, 1 balmy blue, and 2 little parakeet party leaves. You will have an Old Olive larger leaf, 2 parakeet party little grass pieces, and then here's all of our layering pieces. So this DSP is the zinnia. I think it's called Simply Zinnia or Flowering Zinnia. Okay, and you could use this side too. We're going to use this side today. So everything will get matted. So this piece will get matted on the crumb cake. This is our white piece that we're going to stamp on. It's going to be the front diamond, and it gets matted on this Mossy Meadow piece. Okay. Next will be another diamond. And this is the Mossy Meadow mat for the DSP. And then this will be the back diamond. And again, the DSP and the Mossy Meadow mat. Okay. Then you're going to have 2 Old Olive pieces, and these are to put on the stairs. So it's not a naked card. And then you'll have a leaf too. I think our lemur sits on the leaf, or maybe the toucan, in Old Olive. And then you're going to have, this is for the back panel. So this is where you would write your message, and we'll stamp a little something on it. And then a crumb cake mat. Okay, so let's do our stamping here on this diamond. This is going to be the front. So I used Early Espresso, and pull out your white piece too. That's stamped with Early Espresso also. So on my sample card, I used I'll show you what I used because I think I'm going to use something different. So I used Super Fantastic Mega News and Congratulations, and that was from the Charming Sentiments. Okay, and that's in Early Espresso. But I think to be different, I'm going to do Little Monkey, and I think I'm going to do I'm bananas about you. Or maybe just swinging by to say hi. Maybe both. I'll do just swinging by to say hi. And I'm bananas about you on the back, maybe. I'm bananas about you. And I think I'll do a banana. Even though there's no monkeys on the card, it's cute. Okay. So let me put these on some blocks. Okay. So when we're stamping on this white diamond piece, we want to make sure we have it in the diamond orientation and that we stamp somewhere off to the right or the left because we're going to add our flowers to this front piece too. So just swinging by to say hi. And if you stamp once and you don't like it, you can flip it over and try on the back. Just swinging by to say hi. And then I'll say, I'm bananas about you on the back. With the cute little banana. Okay. All right. We're gonna ink splatter some Mossy Meadow, which I have here. We're gonna ink splatter some Mossy Meadow onto this. So let me get my splat box. And my paintbrush. And let's use, just go like this. Okay. And some water. And we'll swoosh our paintbrush around. And then we will tap onto this piece. Okay. Let me wipe this up. All right. We'll take that aside to dry. Let me get this out of the way. And I'll show you what it looks like here. Okay. All right, and then we can assemble. So let's start by burnishing our folds. So if you're holding your cardstock like this with the 3-inch pieces here, we're gonna fold back to the left and burnish. Okay, so that's your back step. This is the back of your card right here. Okay, and now we're gonna create the steps by basically folding every other like a zigzag. Like if you were a kid and you ever made one of those folding folding fans with paper, I know I made those. That's essentially what we're gonna do, okay? So we're gonna zigzag. So that one we folded this way, which means this one we're gonna fold up and then down and then up and then down, okay? Okay, so our card looks like this, right? A whole bunch of mountains. We made a whole bunch of mountains with this large piece in the back. Okay, so that's the card base. It is a little bit smaller than a typical card base. The diamonds are going to stick up and make it a little bit larger, and it'll fit nicely in your regular A2 envelope. Okay. All right, let's glue. Let's glue all of these pieces onto their coordinating mats. Okay, so this one goes on here. This one goes on here. So this is the back of our card. And this is the very front of our card. And then these DSP pieces go onto their mossy meadow mats. I don't know which way I'm going to put it. You can try to make your stripes all go the same way. I think that's going to be different than the strip at the bottom. Okay. And then this little strip goes onto here. Okay. All right, now we'll have these other two old olive pieces, a smaller one and a larger one, and these are going to go here. So this is the front of our card. One of them will go here, and one of them will go here. Okay, so we have this front step here that's open. This is going to go here. Okay, so I'm going to open this up. So this is the little step here, and this will go right on it. Right on this little front step. And then we'll skip a step. This one's going to stay brown with nothing on it. And then this mossy metal piece will go here. And you'll know it's in the correct spot because it fits perfectly. Okay, there's only an 1/8 inch margin. So it fits perfectly in that little spot. And then we'll skip one. And this mossy meadow goes here. My glue keeps picking up that little bow. And then on the back, let's put this piece. And it's going to go with your font that way, because when we pick up the card, this is how it's going to be. Okay, so just make sure you have your font, your stamp, your words, whatever. Oh gosh, I made a mess. In the correct, facing toward the left there. Okay, let me wipe up my mess. Glue on a glass mat is the worst. It makes such a mess. Okay, so all these pieces are down. So this is what it looks like before we get the diamonds put on. Okay. All right, now let's pull out our green blending brush and our mossy meadow ink, and we're going to ink blend onto the bottom of our grass and onto our leaf here. So I'm going to take a little bit of mossy meadow and bring some ink onto the bottom of the grass. Just gives us some dimension, and then onto the leaf. Okay. Wipe that up. I think there's still mossy meadow on my desk, but that's all right. Okay. All right, let's glue our little grass pieces down. So the grass is going to go here, and it's going to overlap. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of glue at the bottom of the grass like that. I'm going to line it up on the left at the bottom. And then I'm going to do the same thing and line it up on the right on the bottom. And you don't need a lot of glue. If you put too much glue, it just kind of squishes out. Okay. All right, so there's our grass. Okay, now I think we should decorate our diamonds. We have a large diamond, a medium diamond, and a small diamond. Okay, so on the large, I'm going to take my mossy meadow vine and I'm going to put it like this. Okay, we're going to have way more than what we need, so we'll trim off any excess, but I'm just going to put a little bit of glue where I think it's going to adhere, and I'm going to put it at an angle, just like that. Whoops. Let's try again. Just like that. My fingers may be sticky. We're going to take our little leaf that we just ink blended, put a little bit of glue on that, and I'm going to put it about right here. Okay, and then we're going to take our sloth. Hi Cheryl, welcome. We're going to take our sloth, which I didn't do the best job at lining my sloth up, but he's still cute. And we'll take dimensionals. Okay, and we're going to have him hanging from this little vine. And we're going to cover up the seam of where our leaf attaches to the vine. Okay, you can flip this over and trim off the excess. Okay, and there's diamond number 1. Okay. All right, that's the largest diamond. Now on the center diamond, we're going to do the lemur and the toucan. So I'm going to take the other vine, the old olive vine, and this one's going to go the other way. So the vine on the large one went this way, so I'm going to do this one this way. I'm going to put glue on those first little 4 leaves. And put that vine this way. And the lemur will get some foam, some dimensionals, and he's going to go on top of the vine. He walks along the top, right here. So put his little paws walking along the top there. And then we're going to add one of our toucans. So that needs dimensionals. But before we add the toucan, we're going to add a leaf. So he's going to be sitting on one of these little leaves. I'm going to put that down here. And little toucan right there. Okay. So there's our center diamond. Oops, we can trim off our excess. Okay, center diamond. And then we need our front diamond, and this is where we're going to add these 2 leaves and our flowers. Oh, and you know why I couldn't find the 3rd gem? It's because there's only 2 gems, because they go in the center of the flowers. So you should have 2 rhinestones. Okay, so I'm going to add 1 flower here. And 1 flower down here. And then we need some leaves. Tuck a leaf in there. And 1 up higher, I think. Okay. And then let's add our little gems to the center of the flowers. One and Oh gosh, it's stuck on my nail. I should know better. Come on now. All right, I didn't plan this, you guys, but look, I think my nails are jungle. I didn't plan it that way. Okay, then our little alligator, he's gonna get dimensionals. I'm not gonna put a dimensional on the top of his nose there because I think it's gonna hang off the card. So I am gonna put one on his head and one on his tail. Okay, so he's gonna set aside for a second. Let's put our triangles on. And when we put our triangles on, we have to be careful because we only want glue on the step portion right here. We don't want any glue on this triangle up here because if we do, it's gonna stick to the rest of the card. So I'm gonna line up this triangle right in the center, and with my left hand, my non-dominant hand, I'm gonna put my finger where the glue cannot go past. So I don't want the glue to go past this line. So I only want the glue in this very small bottom portion right here. That's it. Okay, so I will add this right to the center, centering it left to right as best I can. Okay, so that is diamond 1. Okay, now we're gonna do diamond 2 in the same way. So that's this one with the little lemur. We only want glue from this space down. So I don't want glue above this line. And that's gonna go in the center there, right at the bottom of that old olive piece, right in the center. I'm gonna fold this up, try to get my angle correct. Okay, so there's number 2, and then number 3 will go on this other mossy metal old olive piece, and this one can go pretty high. The glue can go really high on this one. It can go all the way up to about here. So we'll go like this. Center this one. Sorry, my head's in the way. Okay, and then I'm going to close the card and make sure I like where it's positioned. I think that looks good. Press down. Okay, now the last piece is our little alligator, and he's going to go right down here. Okay, so that's why I didn't want to put too much foam tape on him. We don't want the foam tape to go over that first step. So let's see. He's gonna go right here. And he needs a little bow, so we will get our glue dots and push the bow into the glue dot and pick it up and give him the sweetest little bow tie. Okay, trim the tails some. I got ribbon scissors, I should be using them. Okay, now I'm gonna pull out my white gel pen. This is my favorite white gel pen. It's just a Sakura, they're on Amazon, jelly roll in white, and I like the 10. It's a thicker gel pen, and I'm gonna add some highlights. So I just draw lines and dots on some of the images. So thanks, Patty. I'm gonna add some here. This is where if you needed to color an eye white, you could. Let's do some on the lemur, some on the sloth. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, and that is our diamond step card. A lot of work, but a very cute card. A child would love this. Yes, absolutely. It's fun. It is a lot of work, but it's super cute, and you don't see them very often. Okay, so that was card number 1. Everybody feel good? All right, let's do the next most, I'm going to call it complicated. It's not complicated, but the next most involved card, which is going to be this one. Okay, so this is our Parakeet Party base. Okay, so we are going to, let's see, I have all my card kits over here. Oh, there's 2 Parakeet Party bases. Whoops, I lost a flower. My card kits I don't put in nice envelopes. I just make a pile. Thanks, Pamela. Okay, not this one. We don't want the card with glimmer paper. We want this one, okay? So it's gonna have, thanks Cheryl, thanks Angelique. It's gonna be the Parakeet Party base, which is this bright green. And you're gonna have these little cork rounds in here. You're gonna have a tree in pecan pie, which I will say we're probably gonna have to trim our tree off a little bit. You're gonna have the pecan pie bordered ribbon that's gonna go behind our sentiment. We'll have a old olive vine, 2 old olive leaves, 1 Parakeet Party grass. Oops, there's another cork round, which they're retiring, the cork rounds, I think, unless they're an online exclusive. 2 mossy meadow leaves or grasses. We'll have a white strip for stamping our sentiment on. We'll have a pool party for the front. This is the card panel. Mossy meadow for a card panel mat on the front and white for the inside. Okay, so let's do our stamping first. Stamping and ink blending. So we're gonna ink blend some mossy meadow, and I'm gonna pull out my paper just because the mossy meadow doesn't want to come off my mat, and it's dyeing my fingers green. Thank you, Pat. Okay, so we're gonna ink blend some mossy meadow onto all of these pieces. Thanks, Christina. Okay. I'll tell you, I didn't know what that fun fold was called until Angelique mentioned. It's a triple step diamond card. Something along those lines. Okay, so this is tone on tone. It's going to be very subtle. Same with this one. Okay, and then we'll do this piece of grass. And then I'll do what I think is the bottom of the leaves, which I think is these here. Okay, it's this type of ink blending is really subtle since it's tone on tone, but I feel like it really adds to the card. You know, all these little details, in my opinion, is what makes the card really stand out. So while it's completely unnecessary to do this ink blending, I really like it. So you do not have to do this. Totally optional. Okay, let's stamp a sentiment. I did just swinging by to say hi on this one in Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to stamp in the center of this strip. Maybe not quite the center because I'm going to banner it. Oh, and my favorite banner punch is retiring. So you do not need to use a banner punch in order to banner the ends of your sentiment. You can just use your scissors. However, I'm really bad at it, so I like to use the banner punch. I think it's called Pick a Banner Punch. It's retiring, and I do not believe it's going on sale. I think it's $27. So if you are like me and you want a banner, but you're not good at bannering, then I would recommend this. So I like that you have 2 different options for which way you want your banner to go. It's one of my favorite punches ever. Okay, just swinging by to say hi. All right, let's set that aside. We are going to put some ribbon behind that, but let's stamp the inside of our card, which I did not stamp on my sample. So we could do, let's see, just swinging by to say hi. We could do wishing you everything wonderful. I don't think I've used that one. Wishing you everything wonderful. Let's try it. Why not, right? I'm going to do Mossy Meadow. Oh, I have a hair in it. Probably won't stamp nice with a big hair in it. Okay, wishing you everything wonderful. Thanks, Elaine. Oh, that stamp's really cute. Look at how the Y is. The D stamps on top the Y. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I'm sad this is retiring. Sad, sad. Okay, let's pull out our memento, not our memento, our Versamark and our Pool Party card front panel. So we're gonna powder up. You're gonna use whatever powder tool, anti-static powder tool you have, whether you have the bag or the brush or whatever you have. Baby powder, they all work. I'm gonna pull out, I used these 3 clouds from Playing in the Rain, but there are so many cloud stamp sets. There's one in Bright Skies, there's one in Playing in the Rain, and then there are lots that are retired. There was like Under My Umbrella and Weather Together, and I think a hot air balloon. Oh, and I wonder if the current hot air balloon has one. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, but you could do lots of clouds. Now, if you don't have a cloud stamp, you can use a white gel pen and draw the clouds on, or if you have a cloud die or punch, you could die, cut, or punch out the clouds. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp this 3 times across the card here with my Versamark. I'm gonna do once at the top, once at the middle right, and once at the bottom. And then I am going to use white embossing powder and heat emboss with my white powder. So I put my embossing powder in these buckets with little spoons. Well, all right, so if you get powder where you don't want it, you take a dry paintbrush, which of course I don't have a dry paintbrush right here. Hold on, let me find a dry paintbrush. All right, all I have for a dry paintbrush is a fan brush. All right, this would not be ideal. Oh, thanks, Anne. I didn't plan it this way, but we're doing the Jungle Pals class, and my nails are jungle. But I didn't plan it that way. Okay, I have excess powder. You should not use a fan brush to do this. But I don't have my regular brush that's dry. Okay, so I'm just dusting away that excess powder that was where I didn't want it, and now I'm going to heat set this. So it's going to be loud. Sometimes it mutes it, sometimes it doesn't, so sorry. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna give that a second to set so you can see we have white clouds in the background. And once that has set, we're gonna wipe away some of that excess powder and we're gonna get out our, you could do Pool Party, which maybe we'll start with Pool Party and see how that looks. You could do Tahitian Tide. I honestly can't remember what I did on the sample. Here's the sample. It's probably Pool Party. So we're gonna get out our blue blending brush and our Pool Party ink. Now this blue blending brush is it's almost purple. I must have used Starry Sky on it last. Oh, and we're gonna wipe off some excess powder and we're gonna ink blend from the bottom to the top in a gradient. So darkest on the bottom and lightest at the top. Now you can do this right on your glass mat, but for whatever reason, I think I need a different blending brush. This one looks better. That other one was just too dark. I'll use it for purple. We're gonna start at the bottom and ink blend up onto the panel, and we will fade off into just the cardstock. Now, you can do this with white cardstock. However, I think I need to re-ink. However, when you start with a colored cardstock, it just gives you a base, so you don't have to ink blend as much. Okay, so this very bottom is going to be covered by the tiger and our grasses, so we don't have to worry too much about the very bottom. So this technique is called Emboss Resist. So what's happening is the cardstock is taking on the color from the blending brush, but the white embossing powder is resisting the ink. So some of the ink will pool onto the embossing powder, but we will wipe it away when we're finished. That way the background will be nice ink blended, but the clouds will remain white. Okay. So I'm trying to do a heavier hand more toward the bottom here. And we will work our way up. So toward the top here, I'm going to end with just the cardstock. So once you're happy with your gradient, okay, once you're happy with your gradient, we will take our cloth and just gently buff away over these clouds. And now any Pool Party ink that was pooled on there will no longer be there. Okay, so Emboss Resist. Okay, oh yeah, we did stamp on the inside. Okay, now we're ready to assemble. I'm just making sure I didn't skip any steps. I don't think so. Okay, so we're gonna pull out our pecan pie tree. And now this tree, it doesn't have a die cutting edge, so you could cut like a large piece of cardstock with the tree. So you either have a smaller piece that I die cut or that I cut for you, or you have a larger piece like this. Either one works perfectly fine. We're gonna put it at the edge of our cardstock and trim off the rest. So what I'm actually gonna do is trim some of it off before I glue this down. And I like to trim this type of thing off with a larger pair of scissors. You can use your paper trimmer too. So I'm gonna go up here. You might get a straighter line if you use your paper trimmer. Okay. So now this is gonna get glued here. Okay, and I'm gonna glue the top here with the top of my cardstock, so it will hang off on the bottom. Okay, so this is the top. I'm gonna try to put just a little bit of glue because there are like embossed like cut lines here. So this is gonna go on the right hand side. And we're gonna line it up with the right side of the cardstock and the top. Okay, just like that. You can cut off this. Okay. All right, we're gonna take our vine, and our vine is gonna tuck here. Okay, I'm gonna try to tuck my vine under right there actually. Okay. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on the leaves. The vines are hard because the leaves have cut lines in them too. So it makes them kind of hard to it makes it hard to glue down. Okay, so I'm gonna tuck the end of my vine under there. And the other side will go to the left. All right. Okay. Too much glue. Okay, so there's our cute little vine. Okay. All right, now for grass. We are going to assemble our grass partially. We're just going to put our first piece of grass down with glue. And, whoops, it's garbage, I think. Again, just a little bit of glue is all we need. And that's gonna go on the left. Okay. And it's okay if some hangs off the side. Perfectly fine. Then we're gonna pull out our cute little tiger, and he's gonna get dimensionals, and I'm even gonna add a dimensional on his tail. We might have to cut a dimensional in half. I'm just gonna cut the corner off here and see if I can make that work. You think it'll work? Why not, right? And that's gonna go toward the end of his tail here. There, that worked. Okay, so he is going to be walking and hiding through the grass like he's hunting. He or she. I don't know. I know, I'm pretty sure that it's the female lions that hunt, but I don't know about tigers. Okay, so he's gonna be, he or she is gonna be here toward the very bottom in the grass. Okay, and now we're gonna put our remaining grass pieces over the top, but we're not gonna hide his or her cute little face like I did on my sample. Okay, so we're gonna put glue behind everything except for right here. This needs a foam square. I'm gonna do a little foam square. Oh, here they are. So little foam square, and then a little bit of glue. Sorry, I'm changing my mind where I want it. I think I want it right there. There we go. Okay, and then we'll do the same on this one. This one's gonna go here. So we only need a foam square on these two on the end. So I'm gonna do a mini dimensional there, a mini dimensional here, and a little bit of glue everywhere else. Holy cow, I am gluey. I'm full of glue. Full of glue today. And that's gonna line up at the end there. Okay. All right, so there's our grass at the bottom. Everything else I think is with dimensionals. All right, we need to add our cute little toucan and our leaves up here. So our leaves are going to get some mini dimensionals. Dimensional, dimensional. You could glue these down too. You don't have to use dimensionals. I like a lot of dimension, so. So these are going to come off of that top branch. Thanks, Pam. So these are going to come off of this top branch here, and our little toucan is going to sit on the top. So one this way, one this way, and then we need a toucan. Toucan Sam. Is that his name? Is it Toucan Sam? Is that the Fruit Loops guy? It's Toucan Sam, isn't it? I'm pretty sure, you guys. Toucan Sam. Do you remember there was a monkey? There was a little monkey on some cereal my dad ate when I was a kid. He was a cute little monkey. Okay, so he's going to hang off the top of the card a little bit, and I'm okay with that. He's going to be sitting on these cute little branches here. Oh, thanks, Elaine. Yeah, Toucan Sam. Okay. Oh, and let's add some highlights to him. I think I added highlights to the other one. We'll do some on his feather and some on his beak. Okay. All right. Thanks, Patty. Okay, and we need our tear and tape. We're going to make a tear and tape sandwich. So this is our sentiment. We're going to put our ribbon behind it, and you should have plenty of ribbon. Okay, so we're going to have a piece of tear and tape waiting and a piece of tear and tape on the back of our sentiment. And we're going to put our ribbon into this. We're just going to weave it back and forth. So I'm going to start here and come down a slight angle and make a loop and bring it up and make a loop and then come down with a tail. Okay, so once you like how that looks, you flip it over and you make a sandwich with your tear and tape, and that holds it in place. Okay, and then you just trim your ends. Thank you, Deb. Okay, one thing about tear and tape is this white backer is not sticky at all, and you can't, it doesn't work well when you're gluing your cards or using dimensionals. So I'm going to peel the back of that off and then add my dimensionals. Okay, and then this will go right here in this little opening. I might have to trim my tail a little bit there. Let's trim our tails some. It's too close to the tiger's face. There we go. It can go underneath her or him. Okay. All right. This will get glued to our mossy meadow piece. Now, if you want, you could flip this over and cut off the excess, all the pieces that are hanging off. I'm not going to. I may do it when I mail the card, or I might just hand the card, you know, without putting it in an envelope. Or you could put it in a larger envelope if you don't want to cut those cute pieces off. Totally up to you. Or you could move them so that they're on your card. Oh, and we have our embellishments too. our little cork rounds. All right. And then our 3 little cork rounds. I'm going to do 1 here. Thanks, Vicky. I know, I think these little critters are so cute. It's fun when you get a set you can color. You know, some sets are harder to color than others. All right, this is what I would call a scene card, and it's adorable. Okay, card number 2. And it's already 9:30. I think the next 2 should go quicker, okay? Let's save the one for last, the one that's super easy for last. Okay, so those 2 are done. Let's go to this one. So this one is 5.5 by 11. So 5.5 by 11. It is scored at 4 1/8 and 8 3/8. Okay, so 4 1/8 and 8 3/8, and that's how you get this fun little flap here. And then you measure and cut. So let's pull it out. Here it is. Okay, so here's your card base. It's the white card base. You're also going to have 2 flowers, Balmy Blue, Tahitian Tide. You'll have a Glimmer Specialty Old Olive leaf, a white circle. Mine has a slight notch on it, but that's okay. Yours won't. Mine got the boo-boo. And then a black circle. And then you're going to have a white mat with a black mat for the inside and a black mat with a DSP for the front. And you're going to have Parakeet Party metallic ribbon. Okay. I think I ran out when I was kidding. I might have some down here. Okay, so let's burnish our card, and then we're going to cut. We're going to make a measurement. So we're going to do, so the card is 5.5 wide or tall. So 5.5 divided by 2 is 2.75. So we're going to take this little flap right here, and we're going to measure down 2.75 and make a small pencil mark. 2.75 right there. Okay, so I made a small pencil mark right there. We're going to now pull out our paper trimmer, and we are going to trim away. We're going to line up the pencil mark with the top of this first score line in the trimmer groove here, and we're going to cut. Okay, so you'll have this excess triangle, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll line up that spot with this bottom score line in our trimmer blade and cut. And here we have our triangle. Okay. All right, if you want to, I don't think I'm going to, only for the sake of time, you could ink splatter some black ink. That's what I did on this one. Some black ink onto the front here. Okay, so the same way we did the Mossy Meadow, I put some black ink on my glass mat or a block, sprayed some water in it, and then used a paintbrush and splattered some black ink on there. Bye, Angelique. We'll see you later. Okay, so I think I won't do it just for the sake of time for this one, but something that you definitely could do. Okay, so let's do some stamping. I stamped hello on the card sample, but let's stamp. I think I'm going to stamp woohoo, because I don't think I've used woohoo. And we're going to use Tahitian Tide. So woohoo and Tahitian Tide. So woohoo Okay, so this woohoo is going to go at the top of the circle. Woohoo! And then we need to stamp a sentiment on the inside. And I think I'm going to do wishing you the happiest of birthdays. And again, I will do it in Tahitian tide. Okay, right. Sorry, pardon my head. Okay. All right, let's glue these two pieces down since we just stamped them. So this will go onto this black mat. Our white circle goes in the center of our black circle. And let's glue this mat to the inside. So this mat will go on the inside of our card, which is right, oops, it's crooked. Right here. Okay. All right. We are going to glue this DSP to this mat. And this will go on this other flap of our card. Right here. So it's sort of the front of the card. Okay, now we're going to pull out our Old Olive. I'm going to do Old Olive Light and Balmy Blue Light. Yeah, I don't use Tahitian Tide much, but it's such a pretty color. I know, just in time to retire, right? I'm going to color some of the flowers. Not all of them. Just some. Okay. This DSP is from Zany Zoo. I think it's called Zoo Crew. Let's do one here. Which the DSP is retiring. Well, the whole suite and bundle and whatnot is. Okay, so I colored some of those. And then I'm going to take my light Old Olive and color some leaves. And I'm trying to color ones that I didn't color the flowers on to spread out the color. That way it's not black and white. You could color all of them, definitely. Okay. All right, so I colored some, not all. You could color all of them. Okay. Oops, I think I just put my hand right in my ink. I sure did. Hi, Carmen, welcome. Okay, let's do our circle on here. Now our circle, we want to make sure we decide where we're going to put it. And then we only want to put glue in this little section, right? We want to be able to open up the card without having this stick to the card. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right there. Okay. And close my card. Put my woohoo down. Woohoo! And give that a second. All right, we're going to add our little crocodile. Do you still have any of these kits? Yes, Carmen, I have 2 kits left. 2 of these. They are $25 and I would be happy to mail one to you. Okay, our little crocodile or alligator, whichever one you want to think of him or her as, goes here. Should we add some little highlights? Yeah, Carmen, if you want to send me an email with your mailing address, it's hello@brown.craftcompany.com. Okay, let's add our little green leaf. I love this glimmer paper. It's so pretty. It's gonna go here. Perfect. I'd love to mail one to you. Okay, I'm gonna pop up these little guys. Oh, and in this kit you should have 2 pearls. I see my pearls over there. You're gonna have 2 basic pearls, and they are going to go, you'll message me tomorrow. Perfect. So this is Tahitian Tide and this is Balmy Blue, and you can put them wherever you'd like. I'm gonna stick them toward the bottom, I think. One there and one there. Okay, and then our little pearls are the flower centers. And then the last thing you need to do is tie your ribbon. I am out of Parakeet Party metallic ribbon. It's retiring and I'm out of it. So I'm going to use a different ribbon because I have it sitting right next to me. But you will have the Parakeet Party metallic woven ribbon. I am going to use this. It's from... Oh, it's from this suite, isn't it? It came in a 2-pack. So I'm going to tie it around here. And then I'm going to tie this into a bow. I'm going to tie the bow toward the top. And when you're tying a bow, it works really well if you use reverse tweezers as a third hand. So the reverse tweezers is holding my knot for me, so I don't need to. Okay. And there's my bow. Okay, so again, you'll have the metallic woven ribbon for this bow. Okay. So that's a cute little fun fold. Not hard to make at all. And I love the crocodile. I think it's absolutely my favorite. My favorite critter in this set. And now for the 4th card, which I'm trying to find. It's the other Parakeet Party base. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this one has the Parakeet Party base, and we're going to use this cute little sloth that we colored. Okay, I die cut that one out a lot better than the other one. Let's add a little highlight to her back, or his back. Okay. Okay, so this one's going to get the other Parakeet Party base. Oh, you're going to get that ribbon that I just used, the green ribbon. You're going to get a dragonfly and 2 of the rhinestones that are retiring. You're going to get a piece of mossy meadow grass, 2 rectangles of the specialty glimmer paper in Old Olive. I think it comes in Old Olive, Berry Burst, and white. So they're all really pretty. You're going to get an Old Olive vine, an Old Olive rectangle, and a white rectangle. You will get a white inside and a crumb cake card front. So let's burnish. Here we go. Burnish our card base, and we'll set it aside for a minute. I'm going to add some gel, some white gel marks to my grass. Just highlights, totally optional, but I think they're cute. Okay, you don't need to do it, but I think it's adorable. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. I'm glad you got one too. Okay, let's do ink blending. This is our last ink blending. Now, I don't know if I use Tahitian Tide or Pool Party or Balmy Blue, so pick one of those 3. I'm going to do Tahitian Tide, and I'm going to get my blue blending brush again, which I think I have it out somewhere. Here it is. Thanks, Deb. I'm glad you caught me live too. Okay, so I'm going to start at one end of this little rectangle. I have it in the landscape format. And I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to be darker at the bottom. We're going to do a gradient again. So darker at the bottom, which in this case is the right-hand side, and lighter at the left. And you could use 2 or 3 different colors. Like you could do Tahitian Tide and then add on Balmy Blue or Pool Party. But I'm just going to use Tahitian Tide. Okay, now I want there to be less ink at the top. So I'm just going to both press lighter and use less ink. So I'm actually not going to re-ink to get this top. Okay, so once you like your gradient here. Hi Lisa, welcome! I'm so glad you are watching. Did all of your snow melt that you got when we were in Houston? Lisa got absolutely dumped on. I mean, Lisa didn't, but her house did. Got absolutely dumped on with snow when we were in Houston. So I'm curious if all your snow melted. Yeah, we turned on the weather one day. Was it Thursday, I think? And yeah, like the whole news was filled with like how much snow they're getting over in Colorado. Okay, I'm trying to find, I think I'm gonna do I'm Bananas About You and Just Swinging By to Say Hi. So on this sentiment, or on this old olive rectangle, I'm gonna pull out Mossy Meadow, and toward the top, I am going to stamp Just Swinging By to Say Hi. You could stamp thank you. You could stamp hello. You could stamp happy birthday. Okay. Oh, and then this one is the one that I have a super cute inside. I really liked the inside on this one. So this is where we're going to pull back our crocodile in Mossy Meadow. And he gets stamped on the bottom right. And then in Old Olive, so Just Swinging By to Say Hi, I'm going to say I'm Bananas About You. Yes, the roads are clear, but there are still mounds of it. I bet it's going to take a while to melt. Okay, so there's our cute inside. All right, and we are ready to glue already because this one is quick. Okay, so our little vine from Old Olive is going to go here. So I'm going to add glue to those 3 leaves. Thanks, Lisa. Just a little bit of glue. Whoops, that was more than I wanted. And our little sloth is going to hang from here. The sloth that we colored at the beginning of class. So I'm going to pop him up with our dimensionals. Okay. And he's going to go right there. Isn't he so cute? He's adorable. I don't even know that I've ever seen a sloth in real life, but that one's pretty cute. Okay. All right. Our leaves will go down here, and I'm going to use dimensionals. I'm going to use minis again. So I'm going to do, oh, those stuck together. That's all right. And one there, and one there, and one there. And I think the rest of them will get cut off. Come on now. There we go. The backers of these mini dimensionals give me grief. Very much so. The big ones, or the regular size ones, I don't have a problem with, but these minis. Okay. That is not straight. Try again. There we go. Okay. All right. We're going to do a grid on this card. So this is your crumb cake card front panel. And we are going to lay these out in a grid. So they are going to go like this with equal distance between each other and the edges. And we're going to glue them down with liquid glue. Okay. So I'm going to start with one panel. You can start with whichever panel you'd like. And we're going to make sure we have equal distance between the left and the cardstock and the top and the cardstock. And then we will do the same with the panel next to it. Okay. Left, or sorry, this one's top and right. Okay, and then we'll do the same with our panels at the bottom. Now you can do this grid style card with as many grids as you want. If you look at last month's bundle class, the one that used the ice cream swirl, I did something similar. The grid I used on that one was was based on 9 instead of 4, but very similar. Okay, now to hide the seam down the center, which you wouldn't need to hide, we're going to use our ribbon. So I'm going to set 2 pieces of tear and tape. We're going to make a sandwich again, waiting, and then flip this over and put tear and tape right in the center of both of these. And peel off the backers, and then we're going to cut our ribbon in half so that we have enough to go across the front of the card twice. So you'll take your ribbon and you'll cut it in half. So now you'll have 2 pieces of ribbon. And we'll lay it across the card where we like it and pull it tight. Wrap it around and push those pieces into the tear and tape. We'll do it once and twice for both of our pieces of ribbon. And I'm going to put the second piece of ribbon just below the first piece. Okay, if that's where you like them, we'll take our tear and tape and sandwich them together. Okay, so now we made a sandwich. Not the kind you eat, but the kind you craft with. Okay, we're ready to glue this inside to the card base and this front panel. Okay. I have a mess going on today, you guys. It is a big mess. Okay. Cute little crocodile in there. This goes on the front. Okay, and this is a full card front, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it's going to fit perfectly on your card front. Okay. All right. And then we will add our little dragonfly flying down here. And our 2 rhinestone gems that are retiring. I think these are the iridescent ones. The regular rhinestone gems aren't retiring, like the basic ones. All right, and that is card 4, you guys. All right, I hope class wasn't too long. I hope I didn't lose you. All right, I will zoom out. Ignore the mess because I made a holy mess today. Okay, I'll zoom out. You can tell me which card you like the best. Okay, ignore the mess, ignore the mess. Okay, so this is card 4. Cute little sloth just swinging by to say hi. Okay, card 3 is this little guy. Let me know which one's your favorite. Card 3. Zoom in a little bit. There we go. Card 2 is this one. Cute little scene card with our ink blending and our clouds, our emboss resist. And card number 1 was our diamond step card. Triple diamond step card. Okay, so let me know which one was your favorite. Patty says, can't decide, I love them all. I'm glad you like them, Patty. You get some fun folds in a bundle class. Hard to choose, they're all cute. Thanks, you guys. All right. Let me turn my camera. Hello. Okay, so that was fun. Those are cute critters. We did a lot for class tonight, a whole bunch. So if you have any questions, let me know, or if you want to know some of the colors I used, again, feel free to watch the replay, and you can pause me and speed me up and slow me down and whatever you have to do, right? So scene card number 2 is Christina's favorite. Pam likes them all. I know, I have such a hard time picking. I think I like the scene card the best, I think. It's just so cute. I love it. These critters are so cute. So, okay, what's going on this week? Oh, Pat says 1, 2, 4, and 3 in that order. So she likes the diamond card, then the scene card, then the last one with the square, the grid card, and then the flap fold card. Cheryl says love them all, probably number 2. Oh, that was the scene card too. Yep. Same. I think the same. Okay, well, where's Milo? Oh, he's sleeping. Number 1 is the neatest idea. Thank you. So what do we have this week? I'm trying to think. Well, next week is Let's Craft card class. Let me show you. I don't have the cards. Another demonstrator has them. She shows them. They're on their way to me, but I don't have them yet. But let me see what class that is. It's the Let's Craft card class. Hi, Milo. But for the life of me, I can't remember which stamp sets we're using. Let me find my schedule. Okay, we're using Flower Cart, Filled with Happiness, and Lovely and Sweet. That's right. So the class next week is where we make 3 cards with 3 stamp sets. So those are the 3 stamp sets we're using. I'm trying to think. There's not a lot of stamping in that class. There was a lot of die cutting that I did for you, and one of those is a fun fold. So that class is $22 if you want me to mail a kit to you. Otherwise, you should definitely go to my website. I have some really fun stamp sets picked out for class in May and June and July and August. I absolutely cannot wait to craft this summer with those stamp sets. So this week I will be designing cards for May classes. So I will probably do a showcase in about, well, less than 2 weeks probably, to show you all the cards for May. May we are cutting out 1 class, but we're adding another class because I'm gone for a week. So we're cutting out 1 class, the Let's Craft card class for May, but we're adding in the In Color Kickoff Party. So if you want the In Color Kickoff Party, I do not have the cards done yet. I will be designing them this upcoming week. But that's going to use the 5 in colors, the 5 new in colors. And we'll make 5 cards, and we're going to use hot air balloon, and they're going to be adorable. One thing I wanted to mention for April is we have the In Color Retirement Party. It's going to be Friday, April 12th. I still have kits left of that. We're going to use Share a Milkshake, but you could use a ton of different sets. There's a ton that you could use. Those are $45. They come in this nice envelope. It's a reusable envelope. Okay, and inside, yes, Milo's getting up. He knows class is done. Inside, you'll get an entire pack of this baker's twine. We use like 2 inches of it, of each one on the card. So you'll have tons left over. You get an entire pack of the pearls. You get the DSP that you need to make your cards, 1 in each color. And you get your 5 cards in the envelopes there. So I have kits left of this. They're $45. I will mail them to you. And it's Friday, April 12th is that class. Okay? Oh, we don't need me up here twice. All right, I will get Milo now. He's ready. All right, Milo, are you ready, buddy? Do you want to sneak up? All right. Let me turn the camera down. Ignore my mess. Oh, good boy. You woke up. Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. Everyone wants to say hello to you. Everyone wants to say hello to you, sweet boy. Yes, because you're so sweet. How was your nap? Can you sit? Can you give me a nice kiss? Mwah. Oh, thank you. That was a little too close. Good boy. Who's a good bear? Oh, good puppy. You're still hungry. You're still hungry. I know. I never feed you. All right. There is Milo. So those of you who've been watching me for a long time know that Milo always makes a cameo appearance. At the end of every class, it's his favorite thing. Somehow he knows when class is over and he gets up to come walk over here and get his snacks. It's hilarious. I don't know how he knows, but he knows. So Milo is the brown dog of Brown Dog Craft Company. And he's my best pal. So he's always in here with me and usually sleeping or being naughty and eating something he's not supposed to. Sometimes it's a box. Sometimes it's like an ice cream bucket. Lately it's been like one of the kids got something for Easter that came in like a plastic egg, like a big plastic egg, a stuffed animal or something. Or maybe that was for one of their birthdays. And yeah, he's been chewing that. It's just, he gets into stuff still, even though he's not 2 anymore. He acts like he's 2. Christina says, what is the new class that will be starting? Coffee and cards. Is that just with 1 stamp set? Yes. So there's a new class. It starts in June. And let me get my schedule. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's my most favorite class that we have coming up. And let me see when the first one is. So the first one is in June. It's on June 7th at 10:30 Central, 10:30 a.m. So it's going to be a daytime class. And we will make 5 special cards. Your class packet will include DSP, roll of ribbon, package of embellishments, and envelopes. It will be $45. And the June one features Take to the Sky. So that's from the new annual catalog. Then July, there's actually 2 in July. July 1st, again at 10:30, it's going to be a little latte. So that's the online exclusive, the coffee, because I love it. So that one is, they're all $45. And then in July, at the end of the month, like literally the first and almost the last day of the month, July 30th, we're going to do coffee and cards. Let's Make It to Market card class. And that's going to be the To Market bundle or suite, which is in the new annual catalog. And then August, there's 1 in August so far. And that's going to be August 2nd. And that will be again at 10:30 a.m. And that one's Country Chic Retreat. So that's going to be the Country Birdhouse and Country Flowers. So that one has 2 different stamp sets, but they're all in one suite. Okay. And I think that's it for new classes. I mean, every class is new every Tuesday. But yeah, so then the retirement class on April 12th, which is a Friday, and then the 2024 to 2026 in color kickoff party featuring hot air balloon and the 5 new in colors will be May 24th, which is a Friday. Christina says, I love coffee too. So similar to the monthly class? Yes, you got it. Okay. And The bundle class in 1 month on May, or for May, it's on May 7th. That one we're going to use Flowering Zinnias, which I think it's actually called Simply Zinnia. I think Flowering Zinnias is the DSP. But that class is going to be really fun. One of the cards in particular is going to have a fun feature. So I wouldn't call it a fun fold. It will be fun of some sort, but it's going to be cute and springy and flowerish. So keep an eye out for that class if that's something you're interested in. So you can sign up for any classes that are out on my schedule. I will take your registration for all of them and get you down for all of the classes that you would like. So I have sign up sheets already going and people already registered, and I'm very excited. So it's going to be really fun for summer. Oh, and I feel like maybe I had another Mediterranean blooms, or maybe I did a bundle Mediterranean blooms and then a subscription class with Mediterranean blooms. So if you're wondering what the monthly subscription class is, that's where you can buy the card kit one time for $55. But if you sign up for a 6-month subscription, which just means that you commit to me that you're going to purchase the card kit every month for 6 consecutive months, you can save $10. So you'll spend $45 per month for the card kit instead of $55 per month. And then on month 6, you can pick a stamp and die bundle for 50% off as a thank you for me. So some of you are coming up on your 6 months really soon, so I'll be reaching out to you. The subscription class for April is Beach Day, and they're really cute, and I have a couple of kits left. They're $45 if you sign up for the subscription, and they come in this cute little envelope, and the ribbon is the pool party ribbon, which is retiring, and the embellishments, these are carrying over. They're the foil gems. You get a whole pack of the foil gems. Okay, and this class makes 9 cards, 3 of 3 designs. Okay, so I still have this class. So that's for April, and it features Beach Day. And we're using celebration paper. So, yeah, that's what's coming up. If you wanted to start the monthly subscription class last month, I do have one more from March. It's the painted lavender. So you get the wavy trim ribbon, and the gems are those purple fine shimmer gems. So if you wanted to start the monthly subscription class, you could start it for March, and April would already be month 2 if you wanted to do that. I have one of these. So, okay. All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you had fun. I had fun. This set was, it's super adorable and cute. I do wish it had sentiments. That's the only thing I think I wish it had, was some sentiments. But thankfully, we all have lots of stamp sets with lots of sentiments. So, okay. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a great Wednesday and a great rest of the week. And I will catch you all next week, right? Next Tuesday, for the Let's Craft card class for April. I just can't believe it's April. So, all right, guys, I will see you all later. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Take care.